everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Black Ink Crew Chicago. This was like the summer finale. It was season 3, episode 9. I Like My Tamales Real. I'm surprised it was only 9 episodes, but we saw at the end how they previewed what's to come. So I'm like, well, when is it coming? Like, is it coming, in 2 weeks? Is it coming in a month? So we shall see. But this particular episode, it was entertaining, but at the same time it wasn't entertaining. But it was entertaining, but it wasn't entertaining. I'm like, it's like a lot of stuff wasn't going on. It was basically about, Danielle was trying to have a little fashion show, Van trying to get Jen back, Lily ass being a little bit homeless, Cobra getting some stripper pussy. That's so vulgar. Lord Jesus, save me. But let's just get into it. But I was just like, did a lot go on or did it not a lot go on? I'm surprised Don and Ashley didn't have nothing going on in this little, because ain't she pregnant? Where they at? But, the episode started off with, y'all at the shop and they chilling and talking about nothing really. Then they brought up the whole fight. I don't see why they keep ending episodes with fights and then they don't start the next episode off with the fight. When they end it with the fight don't really be nothing. I'm just confused because I'm like, they did that with, who else fight did they do that with? They did that with Van and Ryan's fight. They did that with Van fight at the club fight, and now with Cobra and Lily fight. And I'm like, how was there? They did it with with Nikki and fake ass cousin fight. I'm like, why don't they at least, if you gonna end the episode in the fight, what's the aftermath of a fight? Everybody know when a fight ends, you be still talking about it. You be a little bit hype. I'm like, what the hell going on? But I digress. So yeah, they was talking about the whole, why was they fighting? Why was Lily and Cobra fighting? They was talking about how it was cool to have Bone there as well, because of course, as we said, Bone Thugs and Harmony is a very, very popular group. Charmaine said how her interview went good. She didn't say nothing about getting her job back, which is the reason she tried to do the interview. But she did say it was a good interview. But I'm like, how good of an interview was it if it ain't get your dang on job back and if the interview not gonna be played nowhere? Just wondering. So, they did bring up, with Cobra and Lily was fighting because Cobra was pissed off that she caught Lily and Junior fucking on the counter. And they like, why would, and Junior was there, and they was like, why would y'all be fucking on the counter? You know how much of a neat freak Cobra is. And they was all kind of laughing about it or whatever. That's when Danielle brought up, well, hey, you guys, y'all know I started a fashion blog last year. And I was like, did you really? You, Danielle? Did you really? But whatever. I'm not going to knock nobody's dream and nobody's hustle. Because look at my ass up on YouTube doing what I wanted to do. And that's giving reviews for the time being. So, yeah, she has a blog. And not even like she's trying to make clothes. But she's doing like styling. And I'm like, okay. Even though sometimes I don't like her style. But you know what I'm saying? To each their own. So she was like, I want to step it up a little. I want to have like a fashion show. And I thought to myself, but you're not a fashion designer. You trying to show off someone else's fashions? And then she said, well, I want it to be more of a me styling people type of fashion show, showing people how I can put outfits together. I'm like, that's actually a good ass idea. Bravo, bravo, Danielle. She's like, I just don't want to have to always be just the receptionist in the shop. So I'm trying to do something different. And I thought to myself, I don't think I've ever seen Danielle answer the phone at the shop. I don't think I've ever even heard the shop phone ring. At least on Black Ink Crew, the New York crew, when Sky was the receptionist, we at least saw her answer the phone sometimes. I don't think it was really clients calling, but we saw Sky on the phone. I don't think I've ever seen Danielle even sitting anywhere, like where the phone at. Like, I've never seen her do her job. I've never seen Charmaine manage shit. What does she do? Does she book? Because if Danielle is the receptionist, then she booked the client to come in. What the fuck does Charmaine do? I guess she is a residence worker, as we have said before. So yeah, we had the whole thing. There's a scene with Van talking to his daughter. He took her to a park and was like, because she got these bad grades, I'm gonna teach her what bad grades get. And he kind of was like, I'm gonna teach her stuff that I learned in boot camp. He in the whole little army fatigue thing, and they at the park. It seemed cold because the girl bundled up. I'm like, y'all can get her no bigger coat, because I mean, she bundled up as if it is 10 degrees outside, and she has in a goddamn bomber jacket. I'm like, I mean, get her a winter coat, people, get her, or a fall coat, or whatever season. That coat wasn't thick enough for that girl. So he like, I'm gonna have her do some, running, drilling, and that kind of stuff. Because when he was locked up in boot camp, and so he got running back and forth and stuff like that. He's like, this is what you do. This is what you get when you bring F's home. No more F's, no more bad grades. And when it's over, he's like, you're gonna have to do this every day until your grades get better. And she was like, I'll do it once a week if you agree to get Jen back. He's like, what? I'm not finna, negotiate with a teenager. And she like, well, you need to get Jen back. I miss her, and I think you should get her back. And Van Monkey ass gonna be like, he did say in his confessional how he did miss Jen, and he didn't realize how much of an impact it would have on his daughter's life, because she's been in the daughter's life since the daughter was 7. But he then fixed his dang on mouth to say, I can't fix what's wrong between me and Jen. Yes, the fuck you can. And the daughter said, yes, you can, Dad. Because you can, because y'all broken up because your ass said that you wanted space. And when you said you wanted space, she gave it to you. So you can't be like, I can't fix it. So he was like, what do you think I should do? So she's like, you should do something like a big gesture. Like do like a prom proposal. I'm like, they too old for that. But I got what she meant. But he was like, I'll think about it and then we'll see, what's going to happen from there. So the next thing we see is Lily and Junior, and they out at the little sugar factory in Chicago. And I want to go there too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go to Chicago. Ain't nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump from me. And go there. So they on a little date. They looking all cutesy woosy. He's smacking her on her butt, and they getting some food, getting some little candy stuff. And he like, I thought you was gonna go get some tamales. And she was like, oh, because I'm Mexican, I don't like tamales, but I like my tamales real. Hence the name of the episode, which is I like my tamales real. So they're sitting down or whatever, and Junior's phone keep going off, and she like, who is that? And he like, oh, it's just a client. And he keep, ignoring her or whatever. And then she's like, well, they keep calling. He like, yeah, it's a client. In his confessional, he say, Lily, as a tattoo artist, should know that we tattoo artists, we have to, because Lily had said something like, you can't not respond to that person for like the next hour. And Junior was saying, well, she should understand, as a tattoo artist, we can't not respond to clients. Which I agree, because if I want a tattoo and not tattoo a tattoo artist and they don't reply to me, I'm just going to contact a different tattoo artist. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it would be the same way if you were a hairstylist and someone like, I need my hair done. Can you do my hair? If you don't respond, they already then contacted a different stylist. Well, except me, because I only got one stylist. But sometimes they will contact a different stylist to get something else done. So I got what he meant by saying, I can't not reply. I have to say something. So, stuff. I have to say something to keep them. She's like, he said we have to do something to keep them coming back. I get that. So Lily like, okay, whatever. So Junior get up and goes to the bathroom. Lily looking at the phone. And Junior left his phone on the table. Lily picked up that goddamn phone, and my thing was, did he not lock his phone? But even before that, what we also found out was, since Cobra and Lily got into the fight, where has Lily been living since then? She been shacking up with Junior. And Junior was saying, he liked having her around. He liked waking up to her. He can see their relationship really going somewhere. And I'm like, okay, Junior, you got in-house coochie. I get it. You happy about it. But I also said to myself, Lily is a squatter. She was squatting at her cousins in them houses. Then she went to Cobra's house. And now she's at Junior's house. That's a squatter. I just said that's what it would be here. But anyway, so yeah, Junior gets up, goes to the bathroom. Lily, I guess he did not lock his phone, and she's going through it. The message from the day, it was a message. It was like, hey, Zaddy. I hate when people say the goddamn on Z word with daddy. Ugh. Hey, Zaddy, you coming through tonight? Where you at? You gonna tat me? And now, mind you, tat was in quotation. When somebody puts something in quotation, it means you know what I mean. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm like, is this tattoo booty? So Lily looks pissed off because the only response that he sent back to her was, he said something like, not right now, I'm busy. He said busy, will call you later. But of course Lily's still mad because again it said hey Zaddy. It had little heart faces and everything. I mean, it didn't say nothing like we fucked last night, it was good, or I can't wait to be with you again. But still, hey Zaddy, you coming over, you gonna still tat me, and tat is in quotations. You trying to do some things. So Lily was saying, you know, I have all kind of clients who flirt with me, but I don't feed into it. I don't even tattoo those guys because I don't want that kind of problems. But Junior responded. So Junior come back to the table and he like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, nothing. And she's sitting and she's shaking her legs and shaking her hands. She's like, you know, and he can tell something wrong. He like, what's up? She's like, nothing, I'm okay. Then, you know, his phone go off again. She's like, who was that? And he like, I told you it's the client. She was like, no, it's not. You fucking your client. You know, why she call you Zaddy? You know, whatever. And he was like, you went on my phone? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, why would you do that? You know, why would you go to my phone? And he flipped it on her. My thing is, should she have went through his phone? No. But that don't mean that the messages was not inappropriate. And, you know, he like, she's an old client, you know, we crack jokes. And to be funny, she do call me Zaddy. He was like, but I ain't nothing up. Like, I ain't fucking her. It's not even like that. That's just that's how the person talks. I get you do have some clients or some people who flirt with you on their end. And because you're trying to keep them as a client, you don't shut it down, but you also don't entertain it. You just kind of let it go on and kind of ignore it. So I can get that a little bit, but at the same time, the shit looks suspect as hell. I don't care what nobody say. So she's like, you know, that's crazy. I would say, why the fuck she put tat in quotation? What the fuck that mean? That would have been my response to it. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of chick. I would read into it, and I'm like, she didn't. So he like, you know, she said, I don't have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to deal with this. And he was like, then don't. Knock the little drink stuff over. Like, I'm out of here. And he leave. I'm looking like, Junior, where you going, Junior? And she looking there, and now she's sad. And I'm like, oh, guess what? Now Lily's homeless again. I mean, she gonna have to get herself together. So there's another little scene where Charmaine was for Junior and Van at the shop. They teasing Charmaine because Charmaine does have a deep voice when she laughs. And so they're like, oh yeah, your voice is deep, sometimes you sound like a man. I know you got all these wigs. And she just so happens to have had 3 extra wigs. Whatever. So the guys put the wigs on, they laughing and joking, and you know, Van being ghetto, like a ghetto girl, and his daughter walk in, she's like, what's going on? So they take the wigs off and they laugh and talking, and she's like, I'm here to talk about how you want your GM back. And they like, what, you trying to get GM back? And then Ford was like, you should have talked to me, dog, about getting your girl back. And he was like, well, nah, I didn't want to get her no roses and, you know, get hit with him. He like, oh, you know, ha 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 ha, a la Nikki Roses beating 4 up. But the daughter has a suggestion. She's like, you can just take her. The fuck, Liam needs some taking? No. And Charmaine like, you know, I think that's illegal. First of all, yes, it is. It's called kidnapping. And Van like, you know what? I like that idea. So y'all gonna listen to a kid who's gonna tell y'all to abduct and kidnap an adult. Okay, go ahead. Y'all jailbird ass gonna be getting arrested. And Van, you already on probation or parole. You can't be doing no crimes, bruh. Oh. So that's their plan, and they gonna try to get to do it, whatever. So next we see Cobra. She's at home, and what is Cobra doing? She cleaning that counter. That same counter where Lily's ass was. And I mean, she cleaning it as if she never cleaned it before, as if Lily's ass just got off the counter. But I'm like, that fight had to have happened at least a day or 2 ago. You ain't cleaned that counter in 2 days, and you a neat freak? Come on now. But whatever. So Lily walk in, she knock. And then she knocked, and Cobra said, come in. I'm like, so you knew she was, I mean, y'all didn't set that scene up too good, because when someone knock on my door, I don't say, come in. No, I say, who is it? Okay? And if you ain't called, yeah, you definitely ain't coming in. Okay? You're going to be out there waiting until you call me and say, hey, Jay Lee, can I come over? And I'm going to probably be like, I ain't at home. Nope, unless you're somebody that wants to come to my house. Anywho, So, Lily come in, and she basically says, Cobra, can we talk? Cobra's a little bit in her feelings a little bit, because, of course, they haven't talked since the whole fight, since the whole Junior fucking on the counter, her ass and all that stuff. Lily does apologize and says she's sorry. She said she didn't mean to do it. She was like, one thing led to another, and we kind of just, it was an in-the-moment thing, and we were just kind of right there. But I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I know it's your house. You allowed me to come here. You gave me a room. And, I'm thankful for that, and I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, Lily, come through and get your stuff together. And so you said, because you need a place to live. And she said, now that me and Junior, what I'm saying, not on the best terms, I need to come home. Everybody need a house, to live. Cobra said, I accept your apology. I may have overreacted as well. But she then said, it's just because I felt like we had such a good friendship. I liked having you here. I don't have female friends. I felt you was like a sister to me. And I felt jealous or, just left out because you were now dating Junior and now you all up with Junior. And she's like, so I just felt a certain kind of way. So it was very grown for both of them to admit their faults and how they played a part in the whole thing being blown out of proportion and, going forward and, making up and everything. And now Lily not homeless. But, after that whole makeup thing, they hugged it out and everything was cool. Cobra was like, I got something to tell you. I got my first date with a woman. Danielle styled me and everything. She got me some clothes. And we like, okay, cool. She's like, I'm nervous, but I'm going to go through with this date with a chick. All right, Cobra. The little scene with Ryan and his mom, they were shopping for something, and Ryan was just talking to her, about how he was stressed, how, working and the kids and trying to spend time with his girlfriend and trying to please his girlfriend. Just the pitfalls of being an adult working black man in the world and also having to be, super dad and also trying to make sure that your girl is, happy and fulfilled and, and all that stuff. And he was just saying how it's kind of stressful for him and how sometimes he felt like he needs a break. And then his mom was like, well, you just need to make sure that, Rachel is happy. And at first I was like, that's the best advice you're going to get at man, but okay. I get what she meant. I'm guessing she meant, if you keep Rachel happy, you won't have as much stress at home because she's happy. But if for some reason your woman at home is not happy, it's going to be more stress in the household. And, he was just saying, it's, Rachel not perfect, it's hard to please her, which is hard to please any woman. I think Ryan only like 30. And, it's a lot to have this shop, you on TV, you got your girl back, it's 2 kids, it's, the child y'all have together plus her other son, who you take on as your own. So I think it's a lot of responsibilities. But he was saying, like, I do want to be with her. I'm happy to be back with her. This is what I wanted. It's just a lot of stress on me. And she was like, you will be able to deal with it. And I'm like, damn, mama, you couldn't at least say, yeah, baby, you need a break. I'm going to come over and watch the kids one day. And, you can just go and, kind of enjoy. Nope, she told his ass, suck it up. So next we see Cobra on a date with this girl. And the girl walked in. First of all, I'm looking like she had a lot of forehead. And I have a lot of forehead too. And Cobra like, oh, you look delicious. You just look so tasty. Girl got her tits all out. She's a black girl, you know what I'm saying? She looks different. And she like, yeah, this is my first date with a woman. And she met the girl on Tinder. Now, I'm new, online dating. I thought Tinder was a date to find people to have sex with. I didn't know people went on Tinder to find real dates. If you can go on Tinder and find a real date and not get murdered and they don't expect sex, let me know, because I'm going to get on Tinder too. And I'm going to find me a husband. But if Tinder's for some just to get some dick or some pussy, I don't want to be in that. Nope, don't want it. I'm good on that aspect. But anywho, so the girl named is Velvet. And she's a stripper. So, nothing against strippers. I think strippers are wonderful, Some of them are great people. But Cobra, like, I connect with her more. I don't know if she's a stripper because, people in my family are strippers. And I'm like, okay. But, they kind of hit it off. They was having drinks. And they was, like, kissing and hugging and stuff. And Cobra kind of let loose. And next thing I know, they went from kissing to they was drinking and they was kissing. And then the girl, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. You come with me. and they're in the bathroom doing stuff. Okay? They doing stuff. As an adult, I'm gonna need you people to not be at the clubs and bars doing stuff in the bathrooms. Go to a hotel. If you don't want to bring someone back to your home because you don't want them to know where you stay at, get a hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Make it so that both people don't have to worry about one. I don't believe in bringing strangers back to my house because I don't want you to know where I stay. Okay? Point, if for whatever reason we have a first date or a second or whatever date and you want to get down, do it, but just go get a room, and not a motel, not a rent by the hour. Get a night. Okay? Go to the Marriott, go to the Courtyard, go to the Athenium. You know, I'm here in Michigan, well, in Detroit, Michigan, or whatever. But I'm like, the bathroom stall, people asking in there. People been there shitting and pissing, and females probably got on their period. It's just too many other bodily fluids in the bathroom for me to want to take my panties down and get busy with you. Okay? It ain't gonna happen. But, you know, they did it, so it is what it is. Next we see Lily, and she's going to see one of her friends, who we find out is actually a guy who she was dating, or she was kicking it with, she was messing with, before her and Junior got together. And because she's like, I haven't talked to Junior, and you know what I'm saying, my friend Plug, goddamn name, Velvet, Plug, Cobra, okay, whatever. So, you know, she's like, you know, Plug hit me up and asked me to come through. He's a local artist, like a rapper or music person or whatever, so I came through. So, you know, they sitting around, they talking or whatever, and then he says how he reached out to her because his father passed away like the past Monday, and she was like, oh, he like, yeah, I contacted you because I felt like you would know what I'm going through because her father was killed, you know, in Mexico. And, you know, they hug it out or whatever, and she like, you know, I'm here for you, you know, it's so hard. And, you know, me, I lost my father too, so friends of mine who have lost their parents, we had this weird connection because we both know the pain of going through that. So I completely understood him reaching out to her because he probably feel like she can understand what I'm going through, because it's very fucking awkward. You're in the whole haze and the fog of emotion, and you just feel void. And so it's, you know, it's a real, you know, hard, unbearable time, you know, to lose a parent. So yeah. So from there, she's like, do you miss me? I'm like, how you go from a dead parent to do you miss me? Like, it ain't about you. But he was like, yeah, I do miss you. And then she kissed him, and they kissing, you know, like the good kissing, the smacking kissing, that I think they had their tongues in each other's mouth kissing. And then she's like, you know, you want to come over? She coming over too. He coming over to the crib, to Cobra's house. Okay, but didn't Junior have a key? You better hope Junior don't come back. And this is my thing. I don't mean to slut shame or just talk about Lily, but Lily is loose, okay? She's very much a free spirit, okay? She is. I'm just saying, just gonna say. So, the next thing we see is Van, and they got this whole plan to kidnap Jen, literally. You know, the daughter then told him, you know, she gonna be at the grocery store, we gonna pull up, we gonna catch her, we gonna try to snatch her. Y'all gonna go to jail. Y'all in the goddamn gonna raid van. You know, the van, they only got the door that you gotta open up like this. You know, the doors open up wide, and it's a long van. It's always like blue or white, and it looked like you can just throw a couple bodies in there. We call it raid vans. So yeah, but they pull up to where she at, and the thing for me that felt fake for that whole scene was, you see her walking out. I'm like, she didn't see the cameras. I mean, the cameras were kind of behind the car, but I'm like, she didn't see the cameras. But she got to her car, and I swear it's like she turned and looked. But I'm like, maybe she was being cautious. Maybe. Anywho, she turned and looked. They pulled up. They jumped out in ski masks. She didn't scream good enough to me, and she ain't run. My thing is, if I'm standing around somewhere and I see niggas with ski masks pull up with a goddamn on van, I'm not finna stand here and look at what y'all doing. I'm out. Okay, you gotta fucking catch me. I got to go. And I'm not gonna be like, oh! No. I'm screaming to the top of my goddamn lungs. I'm gonna alert everybody. Who? Everybody gonna hear me scream. Her scream wasn't loud enough for me either. So I'm like, I think she just probably knew something was up. I'm like, maybe she seen the cameras and she knew it wasn't as much of a shock value that they wanted her to have. But not only that, I said to myself, I think she's mic'd. So I'm like, if she's mic'd, then it had to be planned. So that part to me, I was like, I don't know. But I'm like, again, because she's on the show, they could have been following her because she is a part of the cast too. So maybe that's why she could have been Mike. But I don't know. Anywho, so, they pull their masks off. They all jump out with balloons. And she's like, okay. She's like, y'all so dumb. Why would y'all do this? Y'all gonna try to kidnap me? Van go and tell her, how he missed her. His daughter missed her. His daughter Bree. He loves her. He made a mistake by saying he didn't need her, that he needed space. He just wants her to come home. So they can be together. My house is empty without you. I'm like, what he was saying was beautiful. It was very beautiful. But Van did this 2 seasons ago. Van did this when he first came home. And he wanted her to have threesomes. And she was like, I ain't with it. I don't want to do it. And he was apologized, like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I don't really want threesomes. Can we be together again? For me, it's the same. I need Van to grow up. Just, point blank, period. He then opened the box. I'm like, oh my God, he gonna propose. That'll be really great. This fool opened up a box, and it was the house keys. Her house keys to his house. You give me my keys back in a little box like it's a ring? And she like, what is this? And he was like, you know what I'm saying? This is a pre-engagement key ring. Really, Van? Really? I was just like, this is the stupidest. It was sweet. It was very sweet. But it was still like, I need y'all to grow. Y'all been together for 8 years. Fuck it. You don't need a pre-engagement, nothing. You need an engagement something. Okay? So, she like, even though Van is an asshole, he's a forgivable asshole, and I love him. He's lovable. And, that's my man. Bravo, bravo. They back together. It was a little scene where Cobra went to Ryan about stuff that was on blogs. I remember hearing about it a while ago. Some girl was saying she was pregnant by Carmelo Anthony. People were saying that it was a girl that Ryan used to date too, and the baby could also be Ryan's. It could be Carmelo Anthony's or Ryan's. And so Cobra bring it up to Ryan like, this is all in the blog. See, look. Which makes him stressed out because he like, I already got stressed at home, and it's gonna be even worse if Rachel think I got some girl pregnant. And I guess the girl is a girl he was messing with before he got back with Rachel. So he's like, I don't even be hearing this stress. I don't even know why Cobra bring this to me. And Cobra like, he my boss. So I just, it's in the blog, so I brought it up to him. It's not a big issue. But he was just saying how he don't need to stress at home. He like, fuck it, that's the bitch I used to fuck, and I ain't got time to deal with that. So I'm like, okay, Ryan. So the second to last thing that we see, Daniela's having her fashion show at the shop. She nervous as all get out. Everyone's there. Ryan isn't there yet. Well, she's nervous. She's driving around like she's crazy. She has Charmaine as like the MC, which to me is dangerous because Charmaine be twerking and shaking her ass all the time. And sometimes you want the person who doing the MC job to be professional, and sometimes Charmaine's too extra. So, as because they at the shop or something, getting ready for, Cobra new boo Velva walking in. And Diana Ford looked like, because she walked in and her walked to Cobra and her and Cobra kiss. And Diana Ford look at each other like, you see this? You see this shit? They going to have, Ford like, that's Velvet. And then Diana like, that's the big booty chick from the strip club. I'm looking like they know the stripper. I guess she's a popular stripper in Chicago. So Ford and Don have a separate conversation like, I didn't know they was kicking it. That's the big booty chick from the strip club. It kind of ruined my fantasy because you don't want to know the stripper in real life. You just want to have her be the stripper and not be in your face hanging out with your friends. And they like, we didn't know the Cobra was dating her. It was just weird. He was like, but I gotta say, kudos to Cobra. What I'm saying? He pulled a bad one. I'm looking like, calm down. It ain't that serious. So, we see Junior FaceTime Lily. We see that Junior is actually out of town because one of his friends is having a baby, and he's out of town. But he's telling her, I'm sorry for how I acted. I overreacted. I really care about you. I actually love you. I miss you. I'm like, oh, but she over there fucking plugged. And she like, what did you say? You love me? He's like, yeah, I do, and I want to be with you. Oh, I love you too. And then she's like, but it makes me feel bad because of what I did with Plug. I don't know if she mean because she kissed him, or did she really fuck him? I'm guessing we'll find that out in the next set of episodes that's going to come on later. So, Ryan finally do get there. Danielle panicking. Like, where's Ryan? He's supposed to start the show. He was supposed to walk first. I can't believe he's not here. And I kept saying to myself, if he ain't there and you got all these extra models, have somebody else walk. Don't wait. If someone isn't at your show, don't let one monkey stop your show. You keep it moving. So Ryan finally do get there, and he like, I'm here now. What's up? And she like, well, you too late to walk now. And he was like, well, okay, but I'm still here to support. So do your thing. And he like, but I didn't want to walk no way, so it's fine. So him and Rachel go sit down. The show seemed good. Everyone is like, Ryan didn't walk, and I think maybe Charmaine didn't. I think maybe Charmaine did walk, but like Cobra walked the show. Lily walked the show. Of course, Junior didn't. Yeah, Don did. Ford did. Everybody walked the show except Ryan, which is fine, but whatever. So the show seemed good. The fashions looked nice. The show didn't seem like a shit show. It looked like it was a very big turnout. So it was a cool thing. After the show, Danielle, like, she looking for the watch that she loaned Cobra to go on her date. They can't find it. So they asked Cobra where the watch at. Cobra like, I don't know. I was so drunk, I think I lost it, but I'll pay for it. My bad. I was really fucked up that night. Charmaine decided to say, you sure you didn't get sticky fingers again? She is accusing Cobra of stealing the goddamn watch. And I'm like, bitch, but even if she didn't steal it, if she not saying I lost it, your fault. She's saying, I don't know what happened to it, but I'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You can't then say she stole it if she gonna pay for it. It ain't your punk ass sunglasses, and she not known for having sticky fingers. You saw her with a pair of glasses that you say look like yours, and it was never resolved. And I think even more than that, y'all has squashed all that bullshit. So I bring it back up. But Velvet Stripper Boo wasn't having the bullshit. She like, it's like y'all accusing her of stealing, and Danielle said, I'm not accused of anything, but Charmaine sure in the fuck with. She's like, where's the watch, Cobra? You stealing? Man, Stripper Boo like threw some money at her and was like, this is some bullshit. She didn't steal shit. And Cobra like, I didn't steal it. I don't know where it's at. I think I lost it. And Cobra wasn't even on some let me deny it bullshit. She was saying, I really think I lost it. So, they kind of arguing back and forth. Ryan like, why y'all arguing? I don't need this kind of stress to calm down, but it's still getting out of hand. Charmaine calls Velvet a Build-A-Bear. Velvet like, look at your stomach, bitch. And Velvet and Cobra leaving as Charmaine still yelling, where's the watch, where's the watch? And I'm like, it was basically a shit show. It was stupid. Charmaine, you petty as fuck. Because she didn't say that she stole it. She didn't say she knew where it was. She said, I think I lost it. I'm sorry. I can replace it. Anywho, the last scene we see is Ryan sitting on the couch calling he tried to call Rachel. She didn't answer. He called his dad saying, I'm having chest pains, my arm is hurting, something wrong, I'm gonna call 911. But I'm like, so they're gonna watch him have a heart attack or a stroke on the show? Like, the production not gonna help him? And it goes off and it's showing him possibly going to the hospital. And that was the end of the episode. So I'm wrapping this up because it's already at 33 minutes. So tell me what you thought about it. Until next time, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner, and